Guys, good morning. Happy coffee talk. Coffee this morning is in my favorite bee mug that was given to me by my girl Jessica for Christmas. I love this mug. I think I like it a lot too because it's just kind of plain. It's like a cream color and it's got like the bee and honeycomb and flowers. It does look like a tattoo to me. If I was going to get a bee tattoo, it would look kind of like that. And I'm drinking the Valhalla coffee again. I'm going to take a picture of that coffee and post on my Instagram story because a couple people were like, well, let me see what that coffee is. It's really good. I'm pumped about it. And again, it was given to me as a gift, so I probably would never have tried it otherwise. Before we dive into coffee talk today, reminder, the reset is still going on. You can still jump in at any point. And so I'll be fully transparent. I'm pretty much starting mine now. I had to travel a little bit and do some stuff at the beginning of the month. And so I got going, but I didn't really go. And so now I'm going. And so it was funny because one of the people doing the reset actually posted something on Instagram and she was like, my first couple days went sideways and she had X's on her tracker and she's like, but I'm back on track today. And I loved it so much because one, in Fit Me, one of our values is realness, which is just like not pretending like everything's a-okay when it's not going awesome. You get to show up as you are and be you. And then two, resiliency, like it's the ability to bounce back. Building up resiliency is part of what we do in Fit Me. We want to be resilient. And be able to handle hard things. And maybe when we get set back, be able to get right back to it. That's really the defining difference between someone who stays on track in the long term versus someone who doesn't. It isn't that they never have anything come up or that they don't ever have bad days. It's just that they can get right back to it. So anyways, I loved her post and I shared it on my story, and I feel the same way about my personal reset is that I'm getting going now. And so if you want to join us, I'll put the link in the comments, the link in the show notes. It's totally for free. I'm getting ready to post the next education value thing today. We've done one each week. Last week was all about sugar. This week's going to be about movement and exercise. I'm going to give free workouts away that you can try, that you can do. Anyway, so check it out in the Facebook group, Fit Me Community. So anywho, wanted to talk today about consistency. I feel like I talk about consistency every fourth day, but there's probably nothing as important in regards to making long-term healthy changes and feeling good in your body as the concept of consistency. But one of the things that's funny is if I get on a consult with somebody, so I've told you guys about how those consults work. My job isn't to sell you, it's to listen, to understand where you're at, what you're looking for, where you want to go. And if it makes sense, then explain how Fit Me program can help you. But if you actually need something else, then I just point you in that direction. I tell you, hey, I think this would be a better choice for you because I'm not trying to sell you something you don't need. On the other hand, if I tell you, hey, I think that you would benefit enormously from doing the Fit Me program and that we can get you from point A to point B, I genuinely mean that. Because I wouldn't say it otherwise. I would point you in the direction of something else. And so oftentimes when I'm on those consult calls, I ask people, what's holding you back? Why can't you get there on your own? Or what's your biggest obstacle? And one of the things that they say is consistency. Almost always. I'm just not consistent. I'll do something for a couple days and then I fall off. I do something for a couple days and then I fall off. And so I was joking with a friend yesterday because we were talking about consistency and how it feels like you're not consistent when you have that pattern of behavior or that pattern of staying on track. But on the other hand, you're actually being incredibly consistent. So hear me out. You're actually being very predictable and consistent. It's just with the wrong things. And so you don't have a consistency problem. You just have a consistency with the wrong thing problem. And so that is interesting, right? Because we think I can't be consistent. I don't know how to show up over and over and over again and do the thing because after a little while, I just quit. But the thing is if we peel back the layers of what you're saying, you're quitting the healthy food choices. You're quitting the exercise routine. You're quitting going to bed early. You're quitting drinking water. You're quitting whatever it is that you're quitting after you've committed to it. You are doing something consistently. So hear me out. Again, peeling back the layers. You are not planning consistently. You might be allowing things to come into your life that that push all of your priorities out, right? So you have no boundaries, and so everything can push things to the side. And so you are being very consistent with allowing that to happen. You're being very consistent with not using your calendar. You're being very consistent with, you know, a weekend of shenanigans that throws off your Monday so you don't go to the gym, and then after you don't go Monday, you don't go back anymore, and then it's game over. So the consistency that you're being is with your weekends. The consistency that you are creating is the pattern of not tracking or not like planning your week out at all. The consistency that you're creating is that you allow everything in your life to sneak in and take priority so that you actually can't follow through on the things that you said. So you're very consistent. You're just consistent with the wrong things. And so instead of saying, well, I have this character flaw, I'm not consistent, instead embrace and say, you know what? I just need to change the things that I'm consistent with. And so if I go from not thinking about my week at all and just winging it to spending 30 minutes on a Sunday and planning out my week and thinking through, okay, well, if I set this out for dinner on Tuesday and this out for Friday, I don't have to order out. And if I make double on Wednesday, that means I can pack my lunch. I don't have to go eat out when everybody goes and eats out on Thursday. And what do we have in the house for breakfast? Okay, I need a place to order so I can get some, Greek yogurt and some eggs and some stuff like that. I mean, I'm talking about, I just literally said that to you in maybe 35 seconds. That is planning your week so that you can be on top of it and proactive rather than reactive. If you were consistent with planning, a small amount of planning, I'm not talking about weighing, measuring all your food and putting every single snack and thing that you want into a container. I'm talking about just thinking about your week so you can be on top of it. If you were consistent with doing that, well, then your outcomes would be different and you would be able to follow a plan or a program or have a coach help you because you would have created a new type of consistency. The new type of consistency is, I spend a couple minutes on Sundays thinking about my week and I get it together. When you do that now, if you have a plan from a coach, if you have targets, if you're like, hey, I want you to eat more protein here, I want you to pack this kind of snack, I want you to tweak this so that you can see that weight loss or you can see the muscle start to grow or that you can feel better and have more energy. Now we have a consistency in place with the right thing instead of the consistency in the place with the wrong thing. So the consistency, the wrong, quote, wrong, is that you don't plan, you just wing it every single week. Now we're going to replace that with something that actually is going to work towards your goals and give you a plan and strategy to reach your goals. And then now you're in business. There's nothing wrong with you. You're just being consistent with the wrong things. And so let's go ahead and give ourselves a break. And instead of saying, I'm not disciplined, I'm not consistent, I'm not whatever, start to peel back those onion layers and say like, okay, I am consistent. I consistently quit. I consistently don't plan. I consistently, overdo it on my first day in the gym so that I don't go back anymore. I consistently screw around on the weekends and stay up too late, and so that I don't feel like starting my week strong. So I don't have a consistency problem. I have a consistent with the wrong things problem, and I'm going to replace it so that I can actually get to where I want to be. Because you guys have heard me talk about this before around like when I was in the Navy and driving ships, how it would only take a 1 or 2 degree shift to actually end up in an entirely different place over time. And so it seems like a small shift, 2 or 3 degrees, not a big deal, right? And I'm thinking about like a degree being like boop, boop. Like if you're not sure what I'm talking about, think about a clock. Go from 12 o'clock to 3 o'clock. Not 3 o'clock, but like 1, 2, I don't know. Now my brain is broken. But like think about a clock and then just have it be a tiny degree over, right? That doesn't seem like a lot, except over time it is a lot, because when you go over distance and time, that degree of shift starts to put you in a different place. Your trajectory is different. And we've talked about that a little bit in, on Coffee Talk lately. And so if, for example, you say, I consistently watch Netflix at night, I'm not consistent with going to bed early, and instead you swap it and you go to bed just a little bit earlier, you've made that degree shift. You're going to end up in a different place over time. Your body does better when it gets enough sleep. So you're going to sleep better. You are going to recover better. Your body's going to burn fat better. Your hormones are going to be more balanced. You're going to feel like you're aging less fast because you're getting enough sleep. But that happens over time when you change the thing that you're being consistent with. If you consistently drink sugary coffee every morning, again, you're being consistent. You go through that drive-through, you get that Starbucks, you get the McDonald's, whatever, you get the Dunkin' Donuts. You are consistently doing that. So you don't have this consistency problem. But now we shift it, and like instead of all the sugar, you get, you know, a third of the sugar that you were having before in your coffee. So instead of it's like 2 pumps, you get a quarter of a pump. I don't know. I don't get pumps in my coffee. I'm confused about that. But whatever it is, you decrease it. And now, again, that's a couple degree shift. It's not that huge deal, but it's something that you do consistently. You go through that drive-through consistently. So you just made an epic change to your life. Because before it was all the sugar, and now it's just a little bit of sugar, and you're going to do it consistently. You don't have a consistency problem. You felt like you did because when you swore off sugar before and you swore off coffee, you couldn't do it. After 5 or 6 days, you were like, I got to go back to the drive-in. But that's not the issue. It was the wrong question. Keep the drive-in. You like it. Change what you're getting. Be consistent with something that's actually going to work for your goals rather than something that's not. So I hope this message hits and makes you feel excited, because when I think about this, it relieves some of the stress and pressure of, oh my God, I have to find the right thing, and I have to be consistent forever and ever, and I have to make sure that I don't screw up, because that is just not realistic. You need to embrace the fact that you probably are consistent with something. You don't have a consistency problem. It's just we need to change what you're consistent with. And if we can do that, then you are going to start to see changes happen over time. That's how it works. And so I want you to feel excited about that and then say, okay, I'm in. Like, what can I work on today? I don't want you to just listen to this and be like, yeah, that makes a whole lot of sense, Christy, and then do nothing. I want you to do something. Pick something that you do consistently and then change it slightly to be more in line with your goals. If you want to lose weight, that's the goal that I'm talking about. Make it more in line with your goals. If you're overdoing it on sugar, then the consistency changes to decrease the sugar, because that's in line with your goals. If your goals are to get stronger and you consistently let your boss tell you to stay late after work and you don't go to the gym because you can't get there, then the consistency shift needs to be that you sign up for that 5 o'clock class. You're out the door at 4:45 no matter what happens. Now you're consistently going to the gym because it's in line with your goals. So that's going to require a boundary, and you consistently say, thank you for asking me. I will be happy to take care of that tomorrow. I mean, it's just shifting what you're consistent with. And so get excited, pick something to shift towards your goals that you're already doing repeatedly, and just make it in line with what you want for yourself, for your body, for your life. And if you're not sure what to do, I'm here. I tell you every time, I'm not just kidding. If you message me on Instagram, I will message you back. If you send me an email, I will email you back. I try to hit every email. I know every once in a while I miss one, but if you send me an email, I will email you back. And if you book a consult call with me, you can trust me. I will not sell you on something you do not need. I will make sure that you understand your goals clearly, how to get there. If it makes sense, I will tell you about Fit Me program. I'll give you that opportunity that we can help you. But if it doesn't make sense, I'm going to point you in the right direction. So you literally have nothing to lose to book a call with me if you are uncertain how to do this. Or if you're uncertain that you will do this, right? You might be like, I know how to do it. I just don't think I'm going to do it. Well, that's what I'm for. That's what Fit Me's for. Working with a Fit Me coach is exactly for that purpose. Most of us in Fit Me all have coaches for that exact reason. We all know what to do, just not doing it. Or we're just not doing it as well as we could when we have support and accountability. So that's kind of how it works. So hopefully this message was helpful. Be sure to sign up for the reset. If you would like to book a consult with me, I'll put the link in the comments, the link in the show notes. And I am so grateful that you listened to Fit Me Coffee Talk. Thank you so much. It means a ton to me. If you like this episode, do me a huge favor, screen capture it, share it, and tag me. And if you are not a part of our Facebook group yet, then come on over to Facebook, search Fit Me Community, request to join the group. I will add you. It's where all the reset stuff is happening. It's a great place to be. And I look forward to seeing you there. Take care. Bye.